Draft Night 2020. The Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock at pick 21. They need a receiver. Justin Jefferson is sitting right there, the LSU star who just dropped 4 touchdowns on Oklahoma in the college football playoff. The phone rings in the Eagles' war room. They take Jalen Reagor instead.
The Eagles select Jalen Reagor, wide receiver, TCU.
One pick later, Minnesota grabs Jefferson.
With the 22nd pick in the 2020 draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Justin Jefferson, wide receiver, LSU.
And that decision changed everything. But this story starts way before draft night. Back in Destrehan, Louisiana, where a skinny high school kid couldn't even crack the top 300 recruits in the country. No 5-star rating, no major college offers beating down his door. Just another Louisiana kid who happened to be really good at catching footballs. Justin Jefferson wasn't the prototype. At 6'1", 190 pounds soaking wet, he didn't have the build scouts drooled over. His 40 time wasn't eye-popping. His vertical jump wasn't breaking records. But there was something about the way he moved, the way he caught the ball, the way he understood coverage that separated him from everyone else. LSU took him mostly because he was local. Head coach Ed Orgeron knew the Jefferson family. Jordan Jefferson had played quarterback there years earlier. It wasn't about star power or recruiting rankings. It was about taking a chance on a kid who could play football. Freshman year reality hit hard. Jefferson caught 5 passes all season. 5. He wasn't starting. He wasn't in the rotation. He was just another body on the practice squad, getting beat up by the first-team defense every day. Most guys would transfer. Most guys would quit. Jefferson used it as motivation. While everyone else was getting hyped up on social media, posting workout videos and talking about their potential, Jefferson was in the film room. He studied every route concept. He learned every coverage. He figured out leverage and angles and how to create separation when defensive backs were bigger, faster, and more experienced. The work paid off sophomore year. Joe Burrow arrived from Ohio State, and suddenly LSU had a quarterback who could actually throw the ball accurately. Jefferson became his favorite target in practice, not because he was the most talented guy on the roster, but because he was always where he was supposed to be. Coaches started noticing. Jefferson wasn't dropping passes. He wasn't running lazy routes. He wasn't taking plays off. Every rep mattered to him. Every catch was important. That reliability earned him playing time, and playing time earned him opportunities. Now, 2019 happened, and LSU put together one of the most dominant offenses college football has ever seen. Burrow was throwing darts at everyone. Jamar Chase was terrorizing defensive backs on the outside. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was catching passes out of the backfield. And Jefferson was quietly becoming the most dangerous weapon on the field. The numbers started piling up. 88 catches for over 1,500 yards, 18 touchdowns, All-American honors. But it was the way he got those numbers that impressed NFL scouts watching the tape. Perfect route running, reliable hands, football intelligence that couldn't be taught. The Oklahoma semifinal was when America first noticed. 4 touchdowns in the first half, not against some weak defense, against Oklahoma, against future NFL players, against defensive backs who were supposed to be shutting down elite receivers. Jefferson carved them up with perfect routes and impossible catches. That performance put him on every NFL scout's radar, but the questions remained. Was he just a product of LSU's system? Could he create separation against NFL defensive backs? Was he fast enough to stretch the field to the next level? The draft season arrived with all the usual speculation and analysis. The experts had their rankings ready. CeeDee Lamb, the smooth route runner with ideal size. Henry Ruggs, the speed demon who could take the top off any defense. Jerry Jeudy, the precise technician with the best footwork in the class. Jalen Reagor, the athletic freak with unlimited potential. Jefferson got labeled the possession receiver and the slot specialist. The analysts called him a system guy who benefited from playing alongside elite talent. What they really meant was that it was not explosive enough for the modern NFL. It's not dynamic enough to be a #1 receiver. Good player, but limited upside. 4 receivers went before him on draft nights. CeeDee Lamb went 17th to Dallas. Henry Ruggs went 12th to Las Vegas. Jerry Jeudy went 15th to Denver. Then came pick 21, and Philadelphia had a decision to make. The Eagles needed a receiver desperately. Their passing game had been inconsistent for years. They had done their homework on Jefferson. They knew he could play, but they fell in love with Jalen Reagor's combined numbers. The speed, the athleticism, the potential to be something special. They took Reagor at 21, and Jefferson kept falling. Minnesota couldn't believe their luck when he dropped to 22. General manager Rick Spielman had Jefferson rated much higher on their board. They thought they were getting a steal. They were right. The rookie season arrived, with typical growing pains expected for young receivers. The NFL is faster than college. The defensive backs are better. The coverage is more complex. Most rookies struggle to adjust to the speed of the game. Jefferson didn't just adjust, he dominated. Right from training camp, it was obvious he belonged. His route running was already NFL ready. His hands were as reliable as gravity. His understanding of coverage concepts was advanced for someone his age. The regular season started, and Jefferson began putting up numbers that seemed impossible for a rookie. Week after week, he was making catches that veteran receivers struggled with. His routes were so crisp, the coverage didn't matter. He was getting open against anyone and everyone. 1,400 receiving yards by season's end, the most by a rookie receiver in NFL history at the time. Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. Pro Bowl selection. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. The story is about how he made veteran defensive backs look foolish, how his routes were so precise that even perfect coverage wasn't enough, how he caught everything thrown his way, even the difficult catches over the middle in traffic. Year 2 arrived with expectations through the roof. Teams had a full year of film to study. Defensive coordinators spent all offseason figuring out how to stop him. The element of surprise was gone. Jefferson's response? 1,616 yards and 11 touchdowns. Even better than his rookie season. But it was year 3 when Jefferson went from a great player to an absolute problem. Over 1,800 yards receiving. 8 touchdowns. Catches that defied logic and physics. The kind of season that puts players in the conversation for the greatest of all time. And then came the catch. The one that every football fan remembers. The one that gets shown on highlight reels and discussed on sports talk shows. Week 10 against Buffalo. 4th and 18 with the game hanging in the balance. The season was essentially on the line for Minnesota. Kirk Cousins drops back and throws up a prayer into double coverage. 2 Bills defenders converging on the ball. Perfect coverage by NFL standards. Jefferson goes up with one hand, through contact, falling backward toward the sideline, and somehow comes down with the football. The stadium explodes. The internet breaks. Even Bills fans had to respect the athleticism and concentration required to make that catch. That wasn't just a great catch. It was ridiculous. The kind of play that makes defensive backs question their life choices. The sort of play that gets replayed thousands of times on social media. The sort of play that defines careers. And then comes the celebration that took over America. The gritty, that smooth, effortless dance that Jefferson brought from LSU to the NFL. Simple moves, but executed with such style that everyone wanted to copy it. Kids started learning it on playgrounds. College players started doing it after touchdowns. Even NFL stars borrowed it. Jefferson didn't just create a dance, he made a cultural moment. But here's what makes him different. The flash comes with substance. No trash talk, no off-field drama, no social media nonsense, just pure, relentless dominance every Sunday. Defensive coordinators spend all week trying to stop him. He still finds a way. The game plan changes, but the outcome doesn't. Jefferson gets open, Jefferson scores, and repeats. And the craziest part about all this? He's only 25. Most receivers aren't even in their prime yet. Jefferson's already rewriting history. Minnesota struck gold. He didn't just elevate the offense. He made it a must-watch. He made Kirk Cousins look elite. He made the Vikings dangerous. Now, you can't ignore him. He's double-teamed, shadowed, bracketed, and he still produces. Meanwhile, Philly lives with regret. They passed on Jefferson for Jalen Reagor, a mistake that's already legendary. Minnesota got their guy, their superstar, their face of the franchise. Jefferson turned Sundays into events, no matter the scoreboard. This rise wasn't luck. It was earned. Every yard, every catch, every touchdown. Doubt became fuel. Disrespect became fire. Watch him now. Every route is a masterclass. Every catch looks effortless. His hands are magnets. His body control, unreal. Teams don't plan for the Vikings. They plan for number 18. He bends entire defenses to his will. And here's the thing. Slowing him down isn't the same as stopping him. Even perfect coverage isn't enough. He still makes the play. The story's still unfolding, but the conclusion is already obvious. Justin Jefferson belongs in the conversation with the greatest to ever do it. The kid from Destrehan who couldn't get major offers, he's now the most feared receiver in football. The late-round pick, the steal of the decade, the system player, he became the system. Every Sunday, he lines up with a chip on his shoulder. Every scout doubted him. Every coach who boxed him in. Every GM looked the other way, and every Sunday, he proves them wrong, one perfect route at a time, one impossible catch at a time, one dance at a time. That's Justin Jefferson. That's greatness, raw, undeniable. and unstoppable.